Hi, I'm Lazze, and I'm teaching people in metal shaping, and I'm back here on YouTube, and this time I'm going to show you something different that I don't think you have seen before, but I think it's going to be very useful for you out there, because I have been thinking about what can I teach you guys out there that can help you with either your projects to restore or your own design, and what is it that you want me to teach you. And I think I'm find out something that can be useful for you now. And I have been working on this project for a while, but have been sitting for a long time, and I haven't done anything to it too, because I didn't exactly know how the next step will be to continue. So, and one day it clicked, and then another day it clicked too, and then now I have something to show you. And I think this will be interesting. So let's go and take a look at it. So here is the new project that I'm interested to show you. And I think this could be very useful for you out there, that to go in and maybe teach you a little more how you can make your own design. And me and wood, we don't work very well together, so to make a wooden buck would be very complicated for me, and together with metal and dust in the same, wood dust in the same shop, that is not a good thing for me either. So anyway, and I had an idea to make like a small Ferrari TRC 500 from around 57 to 59. And those cars are very, very rare when they are full size. I think they only made 1959s of them, and I think I don't know if it's 3 left either. So how do I start something like this? The thing is that I took a picture of a car from the side view like this. That gave me this line here, the outline, and then I went for the wheel, so I get down there and the bottom here, so I could see the car on the picture from the side view. And what I saw from the side view was the top of the fender like this. So I took the magazines to a company that could take a copy for, but it was copyright, so they couldn't do it. So I went back home and I took a thin paper and put it over the car on the magazine, and then I find out the outline of the car, and then I took it back to the company, and yeah, they could copy it because it was just a line on the paper. And they scaled it up, and I told them that I wanted to be about this length. And they scaled it up for me, and no problem at all. So I got that paper back to my shop, and then I cut out this piece, on the paper, and then I transfer that over to a piece of sheet metal, and I cut that piece out. So, but that was the center of the fender. So I needed 2 of those pieces, 1 for each side, and it was from there I didn't know where should I design the car, how should I do that. And you can see one old wire that I put here. And I did that for this line here, but from there I couldn't move forward. And I didn't know what to do. So this had been sitting for maybe 2-3 years. And I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I looked at it. And then one day it clicked that I should make the inner fender first, because I had the wheel radius, the circle of the wheel, and I could make an inner fender that was little above the tire, the radius for the circle of the tire. And I took a strip and I tack welded that on there, and that was a starting point. And then I did that in the back as well. From there I could take a little wire and I bent that. Those wires are really easy to bend. Then so this is a wire that they're using for hanging ceilings in office, and it works really good. And friend had some that was rusty, and he gave it to me, and I can use that. It doesn't matter if it's rusty. The other thing is that if it's good, then it's galvanized on it, so you need to be very careful when you spot weld that, so you have good air so you can blow that out, because it can be dangerous for you. But the wire bends really, really easy. So what I did, I bent this one first, and then I saw, okay, I can bend the next one, and I can bend the next one. And pretty soon I could start see the shape of the car. And then I could look long ways, and then I saw, oh, this one comes out too much. Let's cut that again and then rebend it and move it in a little bit. And pretty soon you can see the line of the car. So I continue bending wires all the way. And then, of course, design is very complicated many times, because you look at it and then you see, no, this is not looking right, you know. So then I cut the wires and then rebend them a little bit, and it's so quick to rebend the wires, and you can see it immediately. With a wooden buck, it would be very complicated to change the design. With a wire, it makes it possible for you to change your design, and in a few minutes you can change the design to something different that you like better. And I wanted this to be with the flow on the whole body, so I wanted it to be symmetrical and going in here a little bit, and the rear fender comes up like that, and the back part of the fender like this, and I want that flow like an old Ferrari. So I had the outside done, and I looked at it, and you know, I was happy with it first. But design is design, and after a little bit, then you see that this doesn't look right. And one thing that I noticed was that the rear inner fender here was too wide, so it didn't look right proportional to the front. So I cut those wires off, and then I trimmed this off probably about 10 millimeter, because I made it wider from the beginning. Cut that off. And then I moved the wire in and trimmed the wire again and tack welded, and it was done in few minutes that I could change that, which it's very, very helpful for me, and it's a whole new world when I can work with the design and I can look at it and I can change it. And I think that will be very useful for you at home there. If you're going to make your custom parts, make it with wire first so you can see it 3-dimension, because your mind thinking in pictures. So it's very important that you have a clear mental picture what you're going to make before you make the parts. Another thing that I run into also is that after a little bit, I looked at this one and I find out that no, this height here, the thickness here, it came up too much. Okay. How do I change that? So anyway, I had nothing to lose, so I cut the wires off here and let them be tack welded here. And then I cut the inner pieces off too. And then I trimmed this down, nothing here, but about 10 millimeter, maybe more on the top here. And then I faded out to the front. And then I grinded that off so it was smooth, so it looks more what I want. And then I trimmed the wire again and hold them down and tack weld them there again. And here I got the new design in a few minutes. After that, then I start bending the inside here. And what I have done here, you can see that those inside here, they are loose. They are loose like this. So that means that it's only tack welded here, so I can rebend those if I'm not happy with it, with the design. I can rebend them with a plier, and I can adjust my design. The centerpiece here, I know that the body is more lower overall in the middle, and the fenders are higher. So when I cut out this piece here in the center, that one I cut that little lower. And all of those can be adjusted when you go. So you can also see here on the jig here that I made this so I can adjust those sheets up and down in this piece. I can also adjust this one in and out. So I can adjust the width of the car if it doesn't look proportional right. So it's important that you have adjustments, so a little here and a little there, so you can adjust that where you go. I think you can apply this to a full-size car as well. You probably can have those wires maybe 3, maybe 4, probably 4 inches apart. But I think you can apply the same technique for a full-size car, and I think that would be much easier, at least for me, instead of making it in wood. So this is going to be a piece in aluminum, and it's going to be a piece of art, and I just want the flow and the lines of the car. And the thing here is that after I'm done with one side, because when I started this, I start bending a wire and start making both sides at the same time, and I would struggle with it. It was so difficult. And then one day it just clicked in my mind that, okay, let's do one side, and when I'm happy with the design of this side, then I can just copy each template of those wires and do the other side of the car, and it will be the symmetrical. From here I can make my strips, 3/4 inch strips, and I can make those with mostly the stretcher and some of them with the shrinker as well. And I can make those templates so I can put those on the outside of the aluminum piece that I'm making when I'm making the whole piece in aluminum. And I think, we will see, but I'm thinking about that I can make the whole side here in one piece. That's what I have in mind, up to the center here, and then from center length of the car to the back, that could be one piece in the center here, and then one piece in the center here, and of course something in the front there. So I think I can make it in few pieces. A project like that, I don't want to make it in small pieces and weld it together, because aluminum, it's going to absorb the heat so much and it's going to just melt. So I would like to do my best to make it in as big pieces as I can. So I think this can be really helpful for you to know how to make your own design. So let me know if this was a good video for you to watch, and what would you like to see more? What would you like me to do more of? You can either go to my website and shoot me an email, or you can put a comment below here on this video and let me know what it is that could be useful for you. I can't guarantee that I can make up those parts, but it's given me some ideas what I can teach you in the future here on YouTube, and also on www.vimeo.com/LazzeMetalShaping, where my video is going to be. And I think this whole project here going to be on Vimeo as well, how to make this small car. So if you want more information about the classes, you can go, or books and videos, you can go to www.LazzeMetalShaping.com. Thank you so much for watching, and keep in touch. We will be back.